still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good morning, folks. Good morning. I had to pop a bag of popcorn for this one. Yes, I had to get my popcorn ready. Right? So, let the blame game begin. Let it begin, right? I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Now, let me open with just a little bit of what you may consider arrogance, but if you want America, Georgia, if you want to really drill down on what happened last night, text your friends right now, give them the website, voiceofruralamerica.com, the Roku, voiceofruralamerica.com, or on Rumble, voiceofruralamerica.com, and let's do that. Because we're not going to have fear in the broadcast to say what has to be said. It won't happen. Now, Diane, I need you to text me because I know, I know all days you're busy, but I know you're busy on Wednesdays. You got a lot going on at the church. Text me and tell me how long you can stay on today. And I'll respect whatever you say, but I've got a lot to do. So it's the blame game. It's time for the blame game. Now, that being said, Donald Trump wasn't on the ballot. Well, you know what? He will never, that I'm aware of. Give me number 9, please, Diane. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Okay, thank you, Diane. At voiceofruralamerica.com. Good morning. So, number 9. Trump wasn't on the ballot. Trump voters don't come out unless he's on the ballot. Right? So, Trump has lost it with Steve. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe you can rush over to Steve Bannon, right? And let him tell you for the last week Trump's running for a third term. Maybe you could do that. No, I'm not. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. I have to come right out of the box. Right out of the box. Because Trump's not going to be on the ballot. So quit saying when Trump's not on the ballot, we lose. Okay, and the plan? The plan to number 60, Diane. So, and the plan? What do we do? Is it over? Maybe you don't like the narrative the deep state corporate corrupt media spins. But you sure like to run over here and get the narrative of the so-called MAGA group, right? Israel, no Israel, Charlie Kirk, all the above, MTG. You can run over here, Steve Bannon, right? Give me number 60 when you get a chance there. Huh. Or you got over here, you've got the deep state corporate corrupt media sending out a narrative. But, you know, we could sit down and do a top 10 list. We could do a top 10 list. And is there a problem with 60?
Yeah, my pictures jump from hold on, let me get back there.
Let me know so I can make sure I correct this.
My pictures jump from 50 to 76. Looks like I might have a lot of pictures missing. I don't know. I was still setting up the show when we went.
All right. I may not have hit send. So 50 to 76 is where I end?
Yeah, I've got 50 and I've got 76. And then
Sorry about that.
I'm missing all the 90s.
Oh, there's no 90s. My numbering in that, I messed that up.
Okay, I just need the 50s and the 60s and half the 70s.
Okay. All right. Folks, I sent a lot of stuff to set up, and I apologize. When you get this, could you move for number 60, please? I apologize for that, Diane. And my numbering is way off because I stayed up very late watching the narrative. But let's go back to this, all right? So Trump is not on the ballot. That's what I hear. So what is the plan? As she's getting that, I'm in Georgia. We're going to talk about the only race that I kindly feel I was over zealous about was New Jersey. And I'll tell you why. If you go to New Jersey and you look at the counties, I grew up in Warren County, and I'm proud to say Warren County still went, I think, 59%. Warren County, New Jersey, where I grew up, went 59% Republican last night. And I'll never forget my dad working as a Republican there, and Chuck Hightayan, yes, my baseball coach, becoming a freeholder, not a freeloader, a freeholder in Warren County. That's like a county commissioner and all the above growing up. So that being said, I was extra excited about New Jersey. I really thought it would tighten up. But we're going to talk about what I think happened there. So, pass voter reform, no ID, no mail-in ballots, save the Supreme Court from packing, no two-state addition, etc. Terminate the filibuster. So, Trump comes out with these posts last night. That's number 60. Give me number 61. These are President Trump last night in reaction to the election across the country. Republicans, is that 61? 61. Republicans, terminate the filibuster, get back to passing legislation and voter reform. President Donald J. Trump. And then 62. Trump wasn't on the ballot. and shutdown were the two reasons the Republicans lost the election tonight, according to pollsters. Trump wasn't on the ballot. I already got that message. Trump voters don't come out to vote. Now, we're going to break this down. We are going to break down numbers. We're going to show you things. We're going to, the lies that are being told out there this morning. Republicans, how fast, I'm going to say this right out of the box. Today is the day, all right? I have told you for months they're demagifying America, demagifying Georgia, right? Today is the day the Republicans start running for the exits. Yes. There will be a distance from Donald J. Trump. This show is not about whether you like this or not. This is about looking you in the eye. They're going to start running from Donald J. Trump today. These are Republicans, folks. We're used to it. They hide. They cower. They are cowards. They're going to start running. Because you know what? Maybe we got busy in the Middle East. Maybe we had Zelensky one too many times to the White House. Maybe we had the German chancellor one too many times to the White House. Maybe we had one too many parties at the White House. Maybe tearing down the East Wing and letting the American people, while on this side, the East Wing is being torn down, and on this side, right, this is going on. Diane, give me number 152. Facts are facts. Maybe one too many trips to Asia, maybe meeting with Vladimir Putin, maybe, I don't know. Maybe some of these things of wanting a Nobel Peace Prize, maybe posting over and over how many wars we've solved. The American people are driving around, and every single day on TV, families are going hungry. Well, that's just not true. Wait a minute. But the narrative everywhere. Fox News. I said to someone yesterday, last month, you did not know. You know, a lot of people, right, are on food stamps, as we call it, last month. But yesterday, I said to 3 different people, you now know it's 42 million. What's that supposed to mean? You now know it's 42 million. Folks, these people work in a subliminal way where they alter, what you see from one minute to the next. Families are going hungry. Food banks are struggling to keep up. Government workers in line to get a box of food. Right? Maybe we just cut back on the visuals, right? That's right. Maybe it's the economy. There's a thought. Maybe people really are not doing as well as some of you think they are. Maybe they're not, right? Maybe they can't pay their car insurance. Maybe their car got repoed. Yeah, well, that serves them right. They couldn't afford to buy it in the first place. Hey, we set up a system that said no money down, payments for the rest of your life. Come and get it. Right? Maybe someone should have said to the president, who is really advising him on some things? Give me video 3.
But for people that don't have 401ks or are not invested in the stock market, but they've seen their grocery prices go up, inflation.
No, you're wrong. They went up under Biden. Right now, they're going down. Other than beef, which we're working on, which we can solve very quickly.
Other than beef, they're going down. No, they're not. No, they're not. And then what do? We run narrative after narrative on the media. That's why I study it. That's why I am sitting here at 4 a.m. every morning, and that's all I do is study politics. Seriously, I have no other life, and I don't know why I'm not just getting out here and saying, to hell with this. I have no life other than studying politics because I know the narrative they're running and I know what people get. People, millions and millions of Americans are out in a car in some damn traffic somewhere trying to go somewhere to make enough money to pay the bills. You can't tell them the groceries are not going down. You can't tell them that. Other than beef. And then, right, the corrupt media. Look, folks, not everybody supports Donald J. Trump. I got my pin. I still support him. I'm wearing my Trump watch. Not everybody's rolling around with a Trump watch and a pin. Not everybody, whether you think they are or not. Donald Trump got elected telling people that Bidenomics is a disaster. Donald Trump got elected because of the memory of the first Trump administration and the economy during the first Trump administration. Now, did Donald Trump let 20 million people cross the border? No. Did Donald Trump create the pile of shit on the desk when he got there? No, he didn't. But the people out in Wichita and the people in BF Egypt out there don't know that, don't care about that. They just said, where's it at? Where's the beef? And then the narrative runs the beef is in Argentina. And then you have soybean farmers. Well, we've got to take things back from China. I agree. But the deep state narrative, the corrupt narrative, soybean farmers, go on social media, look around, folks. Get out from under that rock if you're under it. Sorry for being direct. Right? And then you have ranchers out here saying, well, wait a minute. The beef issue that you think you're solving is Argentine. And then you have Trump giving $20 billion to Argentina to prop up their currency when our currency isn't worth squat crap. And then you have Republicans like Mike Johnson that has known for God knows how long. You want to wait for polling? Let me tell you what you don't have to wait for. You don't have to wait for the damn truth. Polling you don't wait for. If the light bill comes in and you can't pay it, you get rid of the people that give you 6 increases in Georgia. If the light bill comes in, price of beef, you can no longer eat a steak once a week. I'm serious, folks. You're not okay with that. And then you hear we're shut down and people are going to go hungry. I don't think anybody's going to go hungry, but you hear it every day. The hunger crisis in America. But Mike Johnson comes up there, right? Knowing for God knows how long, since 2010, that's the subsidies in Obamacare had an expiration date on it. And they pass a clean 24-page CR and say, we're the people. No, you're the people in charge. You see, that's what they know out in BF Egypt, folks. That's what they know. I'm not attacking Donald J. Trump. I'm not. I'm telling the damn truth. Out there in America, they're going to the open enrollment and it is up. So it must be some truth in what's said. They can't pay the bills. It is that things are up. They know someone that's on food stamps that probably needs them, right? Needs them. Let's not go there and figure that out. So they're like, wait a minute. I mean, when Mike Johnson comes out and he has no appropriations bills, the Republicans, somebody called me yesterday. You know what somebody actually said to me yesterday? Where's my Trump plan? Where's Trump care? I've got Obamacare. Where's Trump care? You can hate everything about what I'm saying, but the damn Democrats with that old lady, Nancy Pelosi, these criminals walked up there and they put a bill this high. I mean, it took a wagon to bring the bill in. It was so heavy, so many pages. And you have to pass the bill to see what's in the bill, right? And they put something out there and they passed it and they called it Obamacare and fed it to you. And Republicans are like, where's Trump care at? Where's my Trump care? If this is not good, what did you do about it? And then the same people that handed you Obamacare, the same people that did Russian collusion, delusion, the same people that impeached Trump twice, the same corrupt damn people that printed $6 trillion, the same damn people that stole the 2020 election, the same damn people that shut everybody down and put the grandparents in a nursing home and killed them, the same damn people that installed Joe Biden 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The same damn people won again last night, and they went to the 10th power. You have a Muslim lieutenant governor in Virginia. You have two very far left. There's no such thing as a moderate Democrat, they keep saying. You have two very far left governors, Virginia and New Jersey, right? The political machine of Brian Kemp in Georgia has imploded and completely fallen apart, and we are on the turn, right? We are on the turn of Democrat control in Georgia, right? And you got a Muslim in New York that's proud to say, I'm a Muslim. And in Georgia, there's a Muslim on the ballot for governor. The same damn people. And what do we say? Well, when Trump's not on the ballot. What? All right, so anyhow, we have a lot to go over today. And we're gonna have the Georgia Hour at 10 o'clock. Call your friends because it's gonna be like this all morning. Not exactly like this. I'm gonna lay some things out for you right now. This is a viewer note at 8 o'clock, which I'm late, it's 8:23. At 8 o'clock when you come on, you need to state that Josh McCoon and the Georgia GOP lost this, and it's on them because of what happened at the convention and the division they caused and how they treated the grassroots. Just my thoughts. Trust me, we will discuss that at 10 o'clock. So last night, Virginia. Let me show you this. We're going to talk about it because every single thing, give me number 23, not only in New York, Alvin Bragg got reelected. Alvin Bragg was reelected in Virginia. Just a little side note. Let's see what else I have here. I'm going to show you why. Boy, I'm certainly glad I'm not somewhere where like you could throw things at me. But 74, I know a lot of you are upset that MTG went on The View yesterday, but I'm going to show you why the door is wide open and why she has set herself up in the position after the results last night in all elections across the country to run for governor. The door is open for her if she chooses to step through it. Let me see what else I have here. I want this one. We're getting ready to close because we're going to come back and I'm going to, not that I'm not serious already, we're going to come back. Now, I was a little vested in what I say, the Jersey race, and I let my hopeful feelings that Jersey would go red with Chitterelli overcome what happened. I'll leave it there. But I have this one right here, Diane. I know I have it because I want to show it to you. I don't see it right this minute. We'll go. I have it here. I know where it's at. Hold on. Diane, give me number 17. You see where John King's pointing down there? I want to be brutally honest with you. The rural parts of Virginia that have to come in so strong to overcome Fairfax County and the corridor up there, the federal government employees, was not going to go out and vote for a black woman who hates Trump. They weren't doing it. They weren't doing it. Winsome Sears has never liked Donald J. Trump, and the rural counties of Virginia were not going to come out and vote for a black lady who hates Donald Trump. That's pretty simple. Now, 18, Virginia. We're going to break this down, Virginia. The lieutenant governor of Virginia is a Muslim. Not only did Virginia go spam burger. Let's see what I have here. I want to go to break, but not only did Virginia go 132 spam burger, right? 57%. Not just a win, that's a shellacking. They also, the coattails she had, Winsome Sears was such a terrible candidate, and things are not great. You see, things are not great over there where the Trump country is in the western area of Virginia. They're just not. I mean, they're still waiting for some things to kick in that Donald Trump promised them. But over here, this side, where it's the government worker mass in Fairfax County, they're not satisfied because they're getting laid off and fired. So this guy, 131, he was actually in polling numbers down. He coattails Jay Jones is the Attorney General. I just showed you the Muslim in Virginia. The Muslim lieutenant governor, and give me number 64. Right here, as soon as we get this, because I'm going to get it up here. Republicans were virtually wiped out tonight in Virginia. Not only did they lose the governor, lieutenant governor, and AG, the Democrats flipped 14 seats in the House. 14 seats in the House of Virginia flipped. Democrats flipped. Virginia is about to go so far left. Yes. Virginia is going to go as left as Maryland, as left as New Jersey. Now, that being said, well, I better get out. So give me number 65. I don't care. Tell him. Send him messages. The midterm starts tonight. 2 Democrat commissioners just won one in Georgia for the first time in decades. A warning: this goes deeper than Virginia is spreading south. Maybe you can go over there and let him tell you he's going to run for a 3rd term and whoop everybody up into a frenzy. Maybe Sally Grubhub, the first vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party, could go on there like she did Saturday. Or Sally could go work with a Democrat to see if she can pass a rule change at the elections, state election board. Maybe that's what they can do. But we did find people, Yankee fans. We did find New York Yankee fans happy with the results that Zoran won last night, 86. Just saying. They seem to be happy that Zoran won in New York City. Just saying. Take a break. We'll be right back.
Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCar Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic Embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. I got a, hi, Diane. Diane, I'm sorry. I got all the numbers on the pictures all mixed up this morning. Was up late last night. Someone sent me a message that my audio has an echo. If it has an echo for you or whatever, could you let us know? I mean...
It was when my mic was live.
Oh, okay, Diane. All right. Thank you, Diane. There you go. So, Thank you. All right. So I had an echo when the mic was live. Thank you. Solve that. Now, let me say this, okay? And let's get serious. When you have last night, so give me number 29. So this is the state of New Jersey. All right. And, President Trump, and this is not going to be 3 hours of blaming it on President Trump. That's not what this is going to be. But he's from New York City. Now, when he announced the tunnel project, the Gateway Tunnel project was shut down, and he shut down all the funding for it. Folks, if you don't know this, there are thousands of vehicles going in through the GW Bridge, the Lincoln Tunnel, the Holland Tunnel, the Outer Bridge crossing through Staten Island, trying to get into this city and back out. And if you commute from New Jersey, and they do, and if you commute from New Jersey into the city, I mean, there's husbands and wives that are saying to their children, when this tunnel is built, we can get home earlier, spend more time with you, whatever it may be. But that was not the right move. It just wasn't the right move. Now, I know for a fact that in Newark, New Jersey, Plainfield, New Jersey, some of these areas where Trump brought in, and I'm just going to take the heat for you yelling at me, they're illegal, they got to go. All right, give me 87. These people, Newark, Jersey City, Plainfield, the Hispanic vote went for Trump because they remembered the 2016 economy. They want their jobs. Trump's actions on immigration enforcement. This is California voters. Been about right, not gone far enough, gone too far, 63%. Number 88. This is Virginia voters. Latino voters, 67%, they say went for spam. Gotta quit calling her spam, right? Spanberger, 32%. Earl Sears. Now, I just want to say, you start putting some of these things, well, we have to deport them. I get it. So you have people claiming they're going to be hungry, right? You have the government shut down. Oh, yes, by the way, they will open the government now. Now, if you watch the show every day, I've told you the government shutdown was all a stunt. Every bit of it was a stunt. Trump yelling, he shut the bridge project down. They're not getting another dime. I mean, no matter how you look at it, there's factors here that I'm not for sure why he would say some of the things he said. But in New Jersey, 130, give me 130. Mikey Sherrill, 56.2%. Over Jack Ciattarelli. Now, Zoran Mondani, 129. is now the mayor of New York City. Mondani, give me video. Give me video. Video 7.
We can usher in a new era of leadership. We will fight for you because we are you. This is not only how we stop Trump, it's how we stop the next one. So Donald Trump, since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up.
So Trump, it's being said that he was behind the scenes cheering for this guy so we could have a boogeyman as a poster child to run against. You know, in America, I'm tired of the Republicans having these stimulating issues for voters and Democrats having stimulating issues for voters, but either party having a solution for the American people. There's never a solution for the American people. They always have to create new boogeyman to go after the issue, but it's not a solution. So this guy right here, Donald Trump, turn it up. Let's fight. Free bus. Now, he is very proud. And I have to tell you, someone's going to yell, we've already had one Muslim president. I know that. You better be careful with this guy right here. Now, I don't know what will happen in New York City, but you better be careful. Because give me CNN's report on this guy, video 13.
Ron Mondani becoming the first Muslim and first person of South Asian descent to lead America's largest city. He did it convincingly, defeating former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo and Republican Curtis Sliwa with a promise of free buses, frozen rents, universal child care, and higher taxes on big corporations and the wealthy.
The conventional wisdom would tell you that I am far from the perfect candidate. I am young, despite my best efforts to grow older. I am Muslim. I am a democratic socialist. And most damning of all, I refuse to apologize for any of this.
Okay.
Crowd goes wild. I'm a Muslim, a Democrat socialist. I refuse to apologize. Oh, wait a minute. We had AOC. You remember back, it seems like how long ago? Years ago, we had AOC and the Green New Deal, and they got what they wanted. And AOC may run against Chuck U. Schumer and be a senator from New York. Hey, Hillary was a senator. AOC may be the next senator. Wonder what's in his future. New York City, the city that once had a mayor named Rudy Giuliani. Number 24. 22. The Red Apple. You're already a socialist country. I mean, I hate to laugh, but give me 22. Seeing Red. Zoran Mondani wins 2025 New York City mayor election. And then give me number 19. Trump's worst nightmare. Number 21. And so it begins. Donald Trump post. So let me just say this, folks. America first. That's what people voted for. They voted for America first. Right? They did. They voted for Make America Great Again. They're okay with that. They were okay with MAGA. Make America Great Again. America first. I mean, they didn't think you would get mired down. And don't get mad at me. These are not my words. But they didn't think you would get mired down in foreign affairs like Russia because you told us you could handle that in a day. I mean, I said when we opened the show, the American people in BF Egypt out there across the lands, they're tired of seeing Zelensky in the Oval Office. They're tired of seeing parties on the patio that was once the Rose Garden. They don't want to see blueprints for our ballroom. I told somebody the other day, and I'll get past this. I was at an event or I was speaking somewhere, and I looked out the window, and there was a convenience store across the street, and I pointed to it, and I said to the people in that room, I said, whoever's working that convenience store today is standing on their feet at a cash register, and they're not doing okay. I don't know them, but they're not doing okay. You see, they're either working because they can't feed their family, or this is their third job or second job because the retirement is not enough for them to pay their insurance. You see, they're not doing okay. I could show you all day long. The waiter or waitress that brings your food while you're chowing down at Olive Garden today, they're not doing okay. Now, I know that's a bold statement. They're not. They're working 70, 80 hours to try to pay their car insurance and their rent on their apartment. And they don't want to see. They do not want to see America. And when someone says they're going to build a house and they're going to make their rent lower and they're not going to charge them to ride the bus and they're going to give them some free food, they're at a breaking point. Okay, bring it on. I don't want, and so it begins. I don't want to get into that. I want to solve things for the American people, right? I want to solve things for the American people. Now, take that down. So we've got the New York City mayor's race 27. This is the actual numbers there. I want to put that up before we go any further. And then I want to give me Virginia, number 30. Now, let me say this. You see the red area down there in Virginia, right? Virginia governor election race, the red area. I'm going to play something. I'm going to play it during the Georgia hour. I said for years, absolutely for years, I said, and I'm going to show you this, so stay with me. Don't leave today. I said, Democrats have the metro areas. All they have to do is start clawing away a little bit at a time on the rural areas. Just 1% here, 2%, 3%. I've said that for years. I'm going to show you that. Now, give me rural counties. I was outside last night. You might hear my dog in the background, and I was watching outside, and CNN said this. So this is a little bit of this is not my best video work, but video 5.
Significant right here. In most of these rural counties, it's only by a little bit, so I don't want to overstate it. In most of them, it's a percentage or two, a point or two. But that's West Virginia. That's Kentucky. This has been the death of the Democrats in rural America in the Trump age. Abigail Spanberger is running a little bit better than Harris in many of these rural counties. Again, I don't want to overstate it, but the Democrats at some point, if they're going to fix their problem in a lot of these, as you start moving into the heartland, they need to perform better in rural America. And so 1 point, 2 points, and 3 points is a step in the right direction. We'll see how it goes right here. And again, I don't want
I'm in North Georgia. I'm in a rural area. I have yelled this for years with the Georgia Republican Party, for years. I have people out there I won't name, and you know who they are. I have called you over and over, and you know it too. You know it. But we've never been able to get the help and put the plan together in North Georgia. And I have said over and over, if they scrape just 1 more percent, if they scrape 2%. Now, what are we doing all through North Georgia? And I'll get into that in the Georgia Hour. We're building workforce housing. And historically, workforce government housing has always been a bastion of Republican voters. Wrong. We're doing it all over North Georgia. And our Republicans begged for Brian Kemp, our governor, send money, please, for workforce housing so we can bring Democrats in here, dilute the vote a little more. Maybe take some of the pressure off of Atlanta. Anyhow, so Virginia, the rural vote. Now, I want to go into one more before I close, because I know what people are saying. Well, voter turnout, this is not an indicator. Absolutely crazy if you think this is not an indicator. Now I'm going to show you 2 things. We're going to go somewhere else here with this. Give me number 77. Pay attention to what I'm telling you. 77. Pennsylvania. Now, Pennsylvania Supreme Court justices do not serve a life term. They serve 10 years. They get a 10-year term. 10-year term. Now, pay attention to what I'm about to tell you. I know I said that 3 times. What number is that? Give me 77. Is that 77? Thank you, Diane. Diane just tries to keep me on my toes. Pennsylvania State results 2025. This judge is retained. Now, what they do in Pennsylvania, the state of Pennsylvania, what they do is they give a no, do not retain 10 years. They're not up against a challenger. They're asking the people of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, do you want to give them another 10-year term? If you say no, then there's an opening. Now, this was the chance, right? Now, pay attention. Now, listen to me. Now, I said it 3 times, but damn it, you need to pay attention. I'm not Steve Bannon, damn it. The Pennsylvania Supreme Court took about 5 Republican districts. I get so damn tired of people not listening. You go out there to California, and you got Gavin Newsom and Prop 50, and California's going to add, right? 5 Democrat seats. And then you go over to Pennsylvania where redistricting, the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania drew the new lines, and I think the state of Pennsylvania lost 5 Republican seats to the Supreme Court. I mean, you can't make this shit up. Oh, I get it. Trump wasn't on the ballot. Are you telling me that if Trump's not on the ballot or never runs again, that we can't walk down a straight line, figure out what the hell needs done, and get our message out? Is that what you just told me? Because if so, let's pack it in. I got a box of cigars. The weather is nice. I could be sitting outside. I'll go to South Florida. To hell with this. If you're telling me that because Trump's not on the ballot, we can't get our message out, and we can't articulate a message and get our voters data, the algorithm. Folks, we know, we've got the computer models. We know where every damn voter is. We don't have to look for them. We know exactly where they're all at. And we have all this early voting. So 2 weeks before an election, you could say, we have here. Come on. Right? But this is the same Supreme Court that redistricted about 5 congressional seats in the state of Pennsylvania. Now, here's the 3. He's got 61%. He's got another 10-year term. 78. Here's the second judge. Keep him. Supreme Court retention. Keep Justice Christine. 61. Keep him. Number 79, a third one. Keep him. A chance to flip the court. Gone. Now, not just the redistricting. I'm going to show you 2 more things. I can paint this picture all day. We're not whooping people in a frenzy over here. We get the facts out. We study this. Now, here's the one that gets me, right? This is the Supreme Court that upheld this. Give me number 81. Health Secretary Levine defends pandemic response in nursing home. These people killed your parents. Yes. And shut the door. They shoved them in a nursing home and shut the damn door and killed them. It's of my opinion. Allegedly, they died that way. I got to get my allegedly in. Yes. 80. Now, this is, can I get that over 81? I feel like I'm ordering at a restaurant. Diane, if Diane could if she could get a hold of me, I'd be in trouble. That's so kind of you. Now, that's a man. I got to give you a second. That's a damn man. That's Richard Levine. Pennsylvania Governor Wolf made this person the Pennsylvania Health Secretary in 2017. This man who thinks he's a woman that has a mental illness put all the COVID policy in place. And the Pennsylvania Supreme Court upheld this man that thinks he's a woman. Dr. Richard Levine served as Pennsylvania Health Secretary from 2017 to 2021 and was the public face of the state's initial COVID-19 response and associated shutdowns. This is the damn man that thinks he's a woman that shut the damn state down, bankrupt small business everywhere, allegedly killed seniors in a nursing home, but took his mom out. The Pennsylvania Supreme Court upheld everything this man that thinks he's a woman did, and the voters retained. We didn't get the message out. Now, registered Republicans outnumber Democrats in Pennsylvania. You know, Scott Pressler, York, PA. Yes. Pennsylvania registered Republicans outnumbered Democrats. And they couldn't get their message out. Why couldn't they get their message out? I mean, Senator McCormick is a billionaire world citizen guy. Why couldn't he get the message out? Senator McCormick, Dave McCormick, the Republican who I do not like, right? He is the one that actually picked, just like our governor picked Josh McCoon, Dave McCormick picked the Pennsylvania Republican Party chairman and inserted them, but they couldn't get the message out. They couldn't remind the voters in PA of what happened during COVID. They couldn't remind Republicans how they lost 5 Republican seats to redistricting to the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania. You couldn't do that. How come I can? Give me the job. I'll do it, damn it. I mean, I'm serious. Now, here's the last thing on that. Because we're going to move on. We got to go to Georgia. Then we got to go to California. Number 76. I got to find something else to do. You can't fix stupid. Ron White said it. You can't fix stupid. They don't even make a pill for it. That's what Ron White said. Democrats sweep all 5 seats in Northampton County Council. Take that bottom off there, D. There was 5 open seats in the Northampton County Council, and Democrats swept all of them. Well, what's the big deal? I mean, so what's the big deal? I'm going to give you the big deal. I thought I had it here a minute ago. Maybe I wrote it down. I don't know if I cropped it out or not. Hang tight. I should have had it ready. I know. Don't set us up if you're not going to get your. Maybe I don't have it here. But where I'm going with that, and I guess I didn't crop it out. Let me see if I have it up here. The district, what district is that up there? The congressional district. Ryan is his name. I had it a minute ago and I lost it. The reason I put this up is Northampton County is in a congressional district that Trump won by 1.5%. I'm trying to figure out that district, the name of that district up there. I had it a minute ago. Let me see something. Hold on. I really want to get it. It shouldn't take me long. I know I pulled it up this morning. Don't get all bent out of shape on me. Maybe I don't have it. All right. Anyhow, the congressional district up there, you have Northampton County, you have Lehigh County, and you have Carbon County. Ryan McKenzie, is that his name? Is that his name? Ryan McKenzie, whatever the district. Is it District 7? It flipped. The reason I'm saying this, in Pennsylvania, it flipped from Democrat. This is one of the largest counties in that district. It flipped from Democrat to Republican. Now, in that district, and it only flipped by like 0.5%. It went for Trump by like 0.5%. Now, Trump won Northampton County. He has to win Northampton County. He wins it. There's a possibility that this district now goes blue. I'm just telling you now, you can't make this up. It's one right after. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. Trump wasn't on the ballot. Trump wasn't on the ballot because, see, there was a day before Trump. Well, you want to believe it or not. You see, Trump wasn't on the ballot. So what you're telling me is Trump voters only come out if he's on the ballot. What you're telling me is all the data and the Turning Point Action kids and everything we have and the big machine that we built, we can't go get the voters. Because, folks, let me just break something to you. Trump's 79 years old. No one's guaranteed tomorrow. Are you telling me we just don't go get the voters anymore? We can't do it. We don't have a message. We can't get our message out. We can't get them to the poll. BS. Take a break.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Days Chevrolet, Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender. We take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Divorce is tough, but your finances don't have to be. I'm David Cross, and I'm a certified divorce financial analyst practitioner. My job is to help you get a fair financial settlement in your divorce and to guide you to smarter money decisions. Find out how we can help you. U.S. Asset Management. It's your money and your future.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Thank you, Diane. Now, they're having a breakfast meeting. Republicans are having a breakfast meeting at the White House with President Trump. Now, remember this. The entire I need this one right here. Hold on. I got to close with this before the George hour. I want to show you something. The entire shutdown has been a stunt. Now, they will open the government. It's about to open. And today they'll put out their list of blaming and what went wrong and how it's not Republicans' fault. 117. We're going to get to Georgia. Trump says this right here. 117, right? Trump wasn't on the ballot and shut down were the 2 reasons that the Republicans lost the election tonight, according to pollsters. Sorry, Mr. President, that's not true. And we're breaking that down. Now, I'm going to take issue with this. Now, for those of you out there, if you're new, this is not an attacking Donald Trump day. I still wear my Trump watch and I have my Trump pin on my lapel. I still support my president of the United States. But that being said, you can't just say things. Let me look at it this way. Give me number 120. Deal to end government shutdown takes shape in Senate. Would that be after millions and millions and millions of dollars in the political industrial complex, the the political industry spent telling people that their neighbors were hungry because they didn't have no food? Is that now you guys think you can come to? So this is all a stunt. That's just the bottom line. They're having breakfast this morning. They'll come out. The topic of the conversation this morning at breakfast, when they shut the doors and they get the media out of there, will be, okay, how do we save face? That's the bottom line. How do we save face? But I want to deal with this one right here on the filibuster. I want to deal with this one on the filibuster. And I'll tell you why. Number 60, pass voter reform, voter ID, no mail-in ballots, save the Supreme Court from packing, no 2 states, no more 2 states added, terminate the filibuster. So what President Trump is saying is, when we got control, when Republicans got control on day one, we should have gone, it's like day 290 of his presidency, 290. We should have went on day one, January 21st, ended the filibuster, and fixed everything. You got 51 votes, fix everything. Get 50 votes, we'll send J.D. Vance. Let's fix, voter reform. Let's fix voter ID. Let's fix all of these things. Change the rule back, whatever. But then we can make these corrections that are needed. But you don't come day 290 and say, basically, we should have done this all along. Now, so it's all a stunt. You're going to hear this afternoon. Before we get to the Georgia Hour, if you normally leave at 9:50 because you keep up with national things going on, politics, and you don't want to hear about Georgia, I say it in all due respect, you're making a mistake today. You do want to stay for the Georgia Hour. It's going to extend. You need to call people because we're going to show you some things you won't get anywhere else on the Georgia Hour, and it has national implications to it. Give me this one right here. Give me number... I'll get there in a minute. 89. Now, yesterday in Georgia, we had 2, and we're going to break this down. We'll give you the numbers. We had 2 Public Service Commission races, and Democrats won both of them in Georgia. Now, statewide races, these are statewide. And Democrats didn't just win these, because you're going to want to know how. All right? They actually, when I say destroyed, it was a landslide. It's an embarrassment for the state. An embarrassment. So give me number 39. This is District 2. This is Tim Echols. Now, Tim Echols has been there a lot of years, Republican, incumbent. 580,880. The Democrat got 977,000, almost 978,000 votes. This is not just a win. This happened in Georgia yesterday. Number 40, Fitz Johnson. Fitz Johnson was appointed by Governor Brian Kemp in 2021. It's the way we like to do it in Georgia. Same thing. Basically the same number of votes. 60, right at 63%. 63% to 37. Well, Trump wasn't on the ballot, and this was an off-year election, and this municipal elections, and so we didn't know where the vote. We don't know where the vote is. We don't know how to go get it. We have the Turning Point Action Children's down in Cherokee, down in Cobb, down in these areas, right? Now we're going to show you the total breakdown of what happened in Georgia last night. All right. And I've said it for years. And I told you this is going to go. You got to remember, when 2026 goes in the crapper for Republicans, wonder how fast before they impeach Donald Trump for a third time. Wonder if this is the magic time they can put him in prison. Give me video 9.
Startling to me is if you look at the races outside of New Jersey, New York, and Virginia, because he can make the argument, the Republicans in Congress can make the argument they're blue states. But if you look at what happened in Maine, where they rejected, they not only put in red flag laws on the gun issue, they also rejected voter suppression. And in Georgia, you had Democrats winning a statewide office in Georgia at the state level, which hasn't happened in years.
By the way, utility commissioners, 2 out of 5 go Democratic. It's the first time a Democrat has even seen the inside of that building in over 2 decades.
Yeah, this is a strong
everywhere.
message.
You look what happened in Pennsylvania with the Supreme Court. The Democrats, massive win there. You look what happened in Kansas. Their idea of gerrymandering killed yesterday on this election. So Mika will let you.
It's a narrative, but of all places, Morning Joe, to get what I knew was coming, and I've told you for God knows how long. How long have I told you this? They're going to treat this like they won the Super Bowl. In fact, our chairman of the Georgia Republican Party, Josh McCoon, had to wait till about 7:50. I didn't find anything on Brian Kemp. Maybe he has said something since the 8 o'clock hour. If you're out there nationally, they all pay attention to this program. So here you go. Let's go with video 11.
Last night, you look what happened in Pennsylvania. Democrats won big, sending 3 of their candidates back to the Supreme Court. You look at what happened in Georgia. Even in Georgia, they don't trust Republicans with utilities anymore for the first time in 20 years. An all-Republican utilities statewide board put 2 Democrats on there. I mean, this was coast to coast. And if Republicans are sitting in Washington, D.C. thinking, nothing to see here, move along, if they want to obsess.
One more. I know you don't like this. We're going to break some things down. One more, video 12.
Candidate in Virginia that ran for attorney general who said horrible things. They can do that, but they're missing the headline. And the headline is that Donald Trump's Republican Party gave up massive advantages that his election built in for them just 1 year ago today.
Wow.
I love hearing you tap into those Georgia roots because those were actually, they sound small, but they actually weren't, because that's power, that's electricity, that's the cost of energy. And voters in Georgia kicked out a couple of incumbent Republicans and put in some Democrats.
You got to know where the power is in the South. Like people would come up to me and go, "Oh, Congressman, you're so powerful." I said, "No, I'm not. Have you met the sheriff and the utilities commission?"
That's right. It's a big deal. That's just another little bellwether in there. But you're right about the margins. Let's talk about New Jersey.
Trump's Republican Party Trump's Republican Party. I'm glad you brought up Georgia. Now, let me just say this, because in the state of Georgia, Trump's Republican Party, I get it. If that's what they want to say. Trump wasn't on the ballot, I get it. But for those of you out there, we have data. Now, some of you have to leave, and you're not going to be here for the Georgia Hour, and I'm going to go in greater detail in the Georgia Hour. But we have data. Every time you look on one of our Facebook pages, if you're out there in the United States, what happened in Georgia, right? Anytime you go to one of our Facebook pages out there, there's people, they're in training. Our people are so trained. Every day they're in training. They're in ballot chasing training. They're in voter monitoring training. They're in all, we train and train and train, right? And we've got these computer data systems to where I know exactly if you voted or not. We know exactly where you are, if you voted, where you're at. We can zero in. We know the hot spots that we have to go get in Georgia to overcome metro areas. This is not something we didn't know well in advance. Now, we have a contingent of a pretty good group of Turning Point Action children, okay? And that's what they are. So don't get mad. If you get mad, come back at 10 and I'll explain that. It's not as disrespectful as you think. And we have all these people that claim to be doing all these major things, and you're watching the Brian Kemp machine. This is the opening of watching the Brian Kemp machine collapse. And what I've told America ever since Brian Kemp stabbed Donald Trump in the back, and it wasn't the 2020 election. Our governor in Georgia stabbed Donald Trump in the back when he picked Kelly Loeffler over Doug Collins to be the senator when Johnny Isakson retired. Absolutely. I don't know what's going on in your state, but there's a group of people that have done everything under 4 moons and 3 sunlights to rip Republicans clear apart in Georgia. And we're going to break it down. I mean, if there's ever a day I look at you and show you the bad people and you don't catch on. Now, I'm going to say this because I'm going to say it at 10 o'clock too. At the end of my road down here, as I went out to vote at the fire station, local fire station yesterday, there's a sign. And the sign says, "Is your power bill too high?" That's all it said. Is your power bill too high? Vote these 2 candidates. That was it. But don't forget, the Democrat Party, they've imploded. They've come apart, right? They're a disaster. They have no leadership. They have this. Everything about it is wrong. But last night, they took 2 statewide races. They almost flipped the county in Georgia that is ruby red. Yes, that should not go Democrat for years to come. But yet the Democrats prevailed. Why? I'm going to explain at 10 o'clock. Now, let me get the when I say the ugly part of this out of the way. Now, yesterday, the headlines throughout the day. So whoever's advising her. Okay, whoever is advising Donald Trump, we got a problem. Whoever is advising this lady is get ready. Oh, you are going to be so angry. 74. Whoever is advising this lady is actually doing a good job. I wanted to give you a minute to get disgusted with that. She's anti-MAGA. She's this. She's that. So I watched the interview with her and Bill Maher, and then she goes to Hollywood. She goes to the Halloween party. I watched the interview with The View. They said Jewish space laser. They let her say it was all a setup. This whole thing's a setup. This is manipulation TV 101. Everything was set up for Marjorie yesterday. They asked her about the Jewish space lasers. She said that was always a lie. They asked her about QAnon, and she said she was fooled by the media, much like other people get fooled by the media. They let that go. They brought her all the way around to Joy Behar, said, you ought to become a Democrat. Now, at 10 o'clock, I'm going to show you how this is marketing 101, and whoever's doing this, they're tapped in and they're doing a good job. I know. I get it. You see, there's one thing that's very true, and let's go with this video because we got to get ready for the Georgia Hour. Give me MTG video 8.
Welcome back. Republican Congressman Marjorie Taylor Greene continues to be outspoken about her frustrations with her own party's handling of this government shutdown. This time talking to the hosts of The View about yelling at House Speaker Mike Johnson.
The ACA tax credits were passed in 2021, and there was a sunset date of the end of this year, and Republicans never made a plan for that. And I yelled at Mike Johnson last week on our GOP conference call. By the way, I'm missing the call today. It's going on right now. And I hope that Mike Johnson is finally giving a single health care policy because the country deserves it, and it shouldn't be a secret. And I shouldn't have to go into a skiff to go find our Republican health insurance plan. Honestly,
there is no plan.
You know what? You want to know something? That, I believe, is the truth. There's a lot of ideas, there's a lot of bills, but there's no consensus. And I think that's a failure. I do.
Frankly, that's the truth as I understand it as well. I'm not sure what the singular Republican Party healthcare plan is right now. Meanwhile, as the shutdown continues.
What did she lie about? What did she lie about? What did she attack Trump about? What did she say? Because the one thing in that interview yesterday, well, many things, but one thing that is very true, you have to remember, I followed her campaign when she ran the first time. I followed it when she ran the first time. And what she said yesterday, if you'll go watch this interview, is true. They say, well, you changed. And she said, no, I haven't. If you go to my original campaign, I ran against Republicans as hard as I did against Democrats. I'll look you in the eye. That's true. I followed her very first campaign. And she went after Republicans, establishment Republicans, as hard as anyone out there when she ran for Congress. So that there is some truth to that. But where is the health care plan? Where's it at? They knew this day was coming. They knew that we had to have an appropriations bill. Everything about the shutdown setup, everything. They're going to open it back up and give 42 million people their SNAP. They're going to open it back up and pay back pay. 36 days, the longest shutdown in history, right? They're going to give back pay to everyone. They all get it. They all get their back pay. It's been a 36-day vacation. They won't be hungry much longer, right? Give me video 4.
It's really bad. Danielle Grant is starving. I know. I'm trying to see if I can get some food because we literally don't have anything to eat today or tomorrow. So we're going to try to make ends meet, and we can. Desperate for food, nowhere to go. Grant and many others got to the Hope Line today just to make an appointment to come back later in the week for food. Resources are slim, leaving 40% of Bronxites without money to feed themselves. Some still in shock.
You heard things before, but it's like, they're not going to let people starve. That's ridiculous, you know, but it's like, no, that's literally like what's happening. We hope the food pantries maintain open, because if they don't stay open, I really don't know what we're going to do next.
We asked people their reaction to hearing that the Trump administration will partially fund the SNAP program. People say it's not going to do much. They have families to feed and already struggled at the end of every month when they were receiving the full amount.
Wow, not enough. At least it's something to hold on, but I think everybody's going to have to get a second job.
It doesn't really last the whole month, you know, probably like 2 or 3 weeks, and then by the last week you gotta scramble to find, you know, things.
This couple has 4 kids. The mom says pantries aren't always reliable.
They have limited supply, or by the time we get to the front of the line, then it's really nothing there. So it's hard.
She says she's holding on to faith. Meanwhile, others are worried hunger will drive crime rates up. We don't know how much money will be reloaded onto people's cards and when that will be. In Longwood, Lindsay Tanney, News 12.
She's starving. 42 million Americans are starving to death. They're starving. They're in lines. No one's talking about the fact that 42 million people are being fed by the government, and there's some other problem. But look, there's always a bright side for those fat-ass people. Well, excuse me. Give me number 36. I'm sorry, that wasn't necessary. I'm a little on the chunky side. I get it. You want to call it? I get it. I'm chunky, right? I'm not taking the fat shot. I'll give you a whole list of what I think who I think allegedly taking the fat shot. I'll tell you that one later. Trump administration closes a deal for Medicare coverage of obesity drugs. Wait a minute. I thought we are cutting Medicare. But now you can get the fat shot? That's it. How the hell? And then if this goes down in flames, 74, right? Today, the Supreme Court is hearing arguments. The Supreme Court is hearing arguments concerning tariffs, right? 33. Everything is set up for dependence, folks. Dependent on the government. 33. White House warns unemployment at risk. Let's see. Let me make sure. 37. Now, I'm not saying Trump said this, but this is the way they present it. Trump says SNAP will only get paid after shutdown, defying multiple court orders. You could just stay in that line and be hungry. When they open the government back up, I'll get you your kibble and bits. I don't know, whatever they're eating. Let me see. Let me make sure. I don't have anything else. Don't forget 106. And you do know my biggest question of the day. If you don't know it by now, you'll learn it in a minute. My biggest question of the day, because I think this is the kind of news I'm going to switch to. I really do. I think I'll get more viewers. I don't think people can handle the truth. I'm serious. They get angry at me about the truth. They do. And let me see. That's enough for right now. Okay, we got to get ready for the Georgia Hour. So give me 107. No, I don't want 107 yet. Where's it at here? I don't want that at this time. That's not the number I'm looking for. Yeah, I am. Give me number 109. I don't know what these are. 109. I have no idea. Don't forget, they found their first mosquito in Iceland. 138. Right? 138. Drone delivery coming to Conyers, Georgia. Walmart will start delivering by drone in Conyers, Georgia. They're doing testing now. It's actually happening. And, you know, my biggest concern out there, is 107. Did they find the monkey? I mean, if they find the monkey and, you know, then I'm okay. All right, folks, here's what's happening at, let me give you just a little bit here. At 10 o'clock, take down the monkey. At 10 o'clock, we're going to have the Georgia Hour. We are going to run long. I got a green light from Diane. It's not going to be 2 or 3 hours, but we are going to run a little bit longer than we normally on the Georgia Hour, because we're going to explain every single thing that happened in Georgia. Well, yeah, everything. We're going to explain it all when we return. 10 o'clock, do not be late. Be right here, ready to go. Got it? Diane? Get us out of here. Get us back at 10.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, it's last call. Your last chance to save $12,000 off Silverado 1500 and $7,500 off Silverado 2500 crew cabs. Don't miss last call and save $12,000 off Silverado 1500 and $7,500 off Silverado 2500 crew cabs at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, When it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Big investment firms can lock out average people with their large account minimums. At U.S. Asset Management, we believe everyone should have access to experienced professional advice. And I have over 30 years of experience. Put us to work for you today. It's your money and your future. Build your retirement plan with U.S. Asset Management.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
Chevrolet in Jasper. It's last call. Your last chance to save $12,000 off Silverado 1500 and $7,500 off Silverado 2500 crew cabs. Don't miss last call and save $12,000 off Silverado 1500 and $7,500 off Silverado 2500 crew cabs at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender. We take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper. It's last call. Your last chance to save $12,000 off Silverado 1500 and $7,500 off Silverado 2500 crew cabs. Don't miss last call and save $12,000 off Silverado 1500 and $7,500 off Silverado 2500 crew cabs at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Together, let's drive.
There's a there's a reason country has a president. It's called leadership. There's a reason the military has a general. Leadership. Right? Nothing like those fresh young recruits in the military coming in there at 18 years old to 23, 24, and those grouchy old guys, much like myself, maybe yelling at them, telling them to march and which direction to go in. But there's a reason the military has a general. There's a reason corporations have a CEO. Absolutely. There's a reason Best Buy has a manager. There's a reason your local restaurant has a manager. Leadership, someone in charge. Well, you know what? In the state of Georgia, the Georgia GOP, Inc. has no leadership. Great group of young people. Young Republicans, not a bad group. I like them. They're, good kids. I know you feel offended because you're adults. You feel offended I called you kids. Great group of kids, not bad. Then you have the Turning Point Action Children's. Turning Point Action Children's are out there and they're doing their thing. Then you have county chairs all across the state. But see, we don't have any leadership. And if you heard recently, as of last night, 2 Republicans lost state elections in Georgia to Democrats. Lack of leadership. Or just to be candid, Josh McCoon, the chairman of the Georgia Republican Party, Inc., is not a leader. I've told you that for how long? I mean, people feel that I'm just being petty or being ugly or saying bad things. I'm not. I have proven time and time again, Josh McCoon, the chairman of the Republican Party, is not a leader. It should not have been reelected. Are you saying we should have elected David Cross? Yes. You should have elected Rebecca Yardley. I mean, I have often said, and I won't get stuck on this, I've often said, because I'm in the 9th District, Rebecca Yardley was the 9th District chair for several years, and I had my moments where Rebecca and I bumped heads. Yes. She was tough some days to work for, and I never officially worked for her, but she could be tough. We had our moments. But at the end of the day, we always come down. The two of us always came down on doing the right thing for our district. We really did. We worked together for years. And it could have been a little tough on some of us if she would have been the chair of the Georgia Republican Party. And I don't want to go backwards. We're going to lay everything out. But leadership, we have none. Now they're going to be on there, blame game, what they did right, what they did wrong. But if you have heard, we lost 2 major. It's not insignificant. We're going to show you data all morning long. You see, in North Georgia, folks, where I'm at. Now, South Georgia, if you're new to the show and you don't know much, I mean, we have our north, we have our south, we have our east, we have our west. We've got interstates that run east and west, north and south. But the reality is it's somewhere around north of Atlanta is where 61% of the Republican vote sits. 61%. Now, South Georgia is ruby red, but the population is not there. It's so many of those agricultural rural counties in South Georgia, it's just not there. It's north of Atlanta. North of Atlanta always has to come in, and I'll call it the old 9th and the new 14th. But the top of the state of Georgia always has to come in record numbers, no matter what. Okay? I'm going to show you why you lost. I'm going to show you why we're concerned about what's upcoming with first of all, the lack of leadership. I'm going to say things people don't like because it's going to be Brian Kemp related, and that usually upsets some people. But I'm going to put it out there because it's the facts. So always in Georgia, go look at our elections last 20 years. We'll go there. Don't forget the 9th district where I'm at. Are we right back where we started? Where I sit today was blue. Yes, my congressman was Nathan Deal, and Nathan Deal was a Democrat and switched to Republican. I actually sit in the 9th district. We'll call it the old 9th, not really the new. I actually sit in the district that went from Democrat, these are facts, yes, Nathan Deal switching to Republican, to the district I live in at one time was the 3rd largest voting Republican voting district in the United States. I think Texas and Kentucky, I don't know which one. There was a little battle, 1, 2, 3 there. In the United States, from blue. And they're climbing back. Not because someone switched parties, but they're climbing back slowly but surely. And I'm going to show you every bit of that in black and white. Now, I did a segment. I'm getting into everything, I promise. But I did a segment a long time ago. Diane, you're welcome to chime in. If not, if you're busy, don't chime in. But we laid out the turn of the Republican Party in Georgia. We laid it out. We did a full segment on this. I went before our convention, our state convention. Somebody send this or tag Steve Bannon so he could truly know what's going on in the state of Georgia instead of getting some of his little hyper shots that he gets from some of the, well, we'll leave it there. But I did a full segment before the corrupt, rigged convention cycle of the Georgia Republican Party to reinstall Josh McCoon as chairman. I showed everybody. You see, Democrats controlled everything in the state of Georgia. Every single thing. They controlled the House. They controlled the Senate. They had the majorities. Georgia State House, Georgia State Senate. Democrats controlled all the constitutional offices. Every one of them. They controlled the PSC board commission. Democrats controlled the PSC. They had it. Every bit of it. And they had 2 Democrat U.S. senators. Because if you're new to this and you just moved to Georgia and you don't know this little bit of history, we had this Democrat senator. His name was Zell Miller. We had this Democrat senator. His name was Max Cleland, right? Was it Max Cleland? We had this Democrat senator, and his name was Sam Nunn. You see, we were Democrat in the South, and they had it all. And I'll get to it, but I'm going to go right to the end. We're now right back to having 2 Democrat U.S. senators. So we had 2 Democrat U.S. senators. We had a Democrat governor. We had all the constitutional offices. These are the Democrats. They had every one of them. Had control of the State House, had control of the Senate, had control of the PSC board. And what happened? The crack came as Republicans won what? Correct me if I'm wrong, because I know you're out there watching. A statewide race. PSC. Yes, Republicans first put a member on the PSC, the Public Service Commission. As Yogi Berra said, it might be deja vu all over again, right? So Republicans put a PSC 20 years ago, right? Throw it out there a couple decades ago. That was the crack. Then there was a Board of Education, right? Which didn't work out very well, but we tend to have gotten a couple of Republicans that ended up in prison. But that being said, right? But it started to crack. It started to move. Then we got control of the House, and we got control of the Senate. We got control. Sonny Perdue, right? Went from Roy Barnes. We got control of all the constitutional offices. And correct me if I'm wrong. I'm doing this off the top of my head, folks. There's no notes. I'm looking at you. All right? And then our last, to finish it off, was who? Attorney General Sam Olens. Right? We had it all. We had Sue Eberhardt. If you're in the party and you don't go back and know Sue Eberhardt and met Sue Eberhardt, I've had Sue Eberhardt on my program. Not recently, but a couple years back, I had Sue Eberhardt on my program. I've had conversations on the phone. But Republicans, right? We then had it all. Sam Olens, all the constitutional offices, 5 members of the PSC board, Republican State House, Republican State Senate, governor, you name it. Now, the ball is turning. Now, we would do a 7-hour show if we start telling you how the ball actually started turning. And people will say that I'm critical of Governor Brian Kemp. And that's just not true. That my critique of Brian Kemp is because I don't like his shoes, or I don't like Marty Kemp's tiara, or I don't like the girls. None of that is true. I campaigned for Brian Kemp. I worked hard for Brian Kemp, 2018. I'm not going to get lost in what we're talking about. But I worked hard for him. And then we had an opening when Johnny Isaacson, his health started to fail for U.S. Senate. And President Donald Trump requested, I think twice, we'll go there, that Governor Brian Kemp appoint Congressman Doug Collins from the 9th District as a U.S. Senator. And Brian Kemp said no. I picked Kelly Loeffler. And that's where we'll begin, is where the turn really took its place. The day Brian Kemp put Kelly Loeffler as a U.S. Senator. And the next thing you know, we have 2 Democrat U.S. Senators. And we're going to try to replace John Ossoff. You see, we have Raphael Warnock has already won re-election. He didn't just get elected, he's already won re-election. And see, now we're looking to John Ossoff. We don't want him to win re-election. But see, the tables have turned. We have 2 U.S. senators, Democrats. We now have 2 Democrats on the Public Service Commission. It's turned. It will continue to turn. And we started by talking about the lack of leadership. Now, with that being said, we're going to come back to that because you're going to hear the blame game all day. But we did that segment well before the convention. And the convention was rigged. And when I say that, I don't just say our state convention in Georgia, the election was rigged. The convention cycle was rigged. And I'm going to show you a lot of things today. But first, let's go here. I told you, and I was texting with people last night, and I want to start here for a reason. Give me number 17. What's this mean? I'll get this out of the way. I want to get this out of the way because this is not just the results being presented to you. This is a plan. This is an absolute plan. I mean, I can't guarantee a win. I mean, if I could guarantee a win, that'd be pretty great. I wouldn't be smoking cheap cigars now, would I? But I can guarantee this would not have happened in this way if David Cross was chairman. And there's going to be a lot of pushback because for those people, like Katie Frost, and Steve Kramer and Cue Ball, a.k.a. Cue Ball, Tyler Bowden, those ones that were saying, oh, my God, if David Cross gets elected, Brian Pritchard will get his hands on the checkbook. You mean the checkbook that has nothing in the account, Travis? Is that the checkbook you were worried about? The one that has nothing in the account? Because you guys don't have any money? Because you can't raise money? We'll get to that in a minute. I don't want to get sidetracked. I want to stay on solution base. But this would not have happened because I did have plans to work with David Cross. I did. And I already knew these races were coming up. I could tell you right now, they won't put their name out because they get nervous about, BKP. But you call the people around the state and you ask them if they did not hear from me and say, look, if David is elected chairman, get ready because I'm going to come to your district. We're going to protect our Republican majorities, and you better get ready. You're going to see me every time you turn around. They'll tell you it's true, right? Now, moving along. The reason I have Virginia up, I want to show you something. We'll get to the loss. We'll get to the counties. We'll get to everything, all right? We'll get to that. This is a show in the books that you're going to want to use for training, no matter how arrogant that sounds. Now, what John King's doing last night in Virginia is he's showing you rural Virginia. And I was watching CNN, much to people's dislike, but I was watching John King and Fake Tapper, we'll throw some Trump in here, and he was showing rural Virginia. Now, although Virginia does not have that Atlanta center or that little bubble in Macon or the little bubble over in Columbus and the bubble over in Savannah or Athens, that nice old blue bubble, Virginia is somewhat made up like Georgia that, as you can see in Virginia, the only way they can win now and turn the state red like they did for Glenn Youngkin is for that western area of rural Virginia to come in record numbers. Now, I want to play this for you as we build. This is about Virginia, but I'm going to show you what happened last night in Georgia. And I'm going to explain, and I'm going to get a lot of people attack me, and I'm ready for it. Give me video 5, Diane.
Significant right here. In most of these rural counties, it's only by a little bit, so I don't want to overstate it. In most of them, it's a percentage or two, a point or two. But that's West Virginia. That's Kentucky. This has been the death of the Democrats in rural America in the Trump age. Abigail Spanberger is running a little bit better than Harris in many of these rural counties. Again, I don't want to overstate it, but the Democrats at some point, if they're going to fix their problem in a lot of these, as you start moving into the heartland, they need to perform better in rural America. And so 1 point, 2 points, and 3 points is a step in the right direction. We'll see how it goes right here. And again, I don't
think I should wait. Well, I'll do it in a minute. See, 1 point, 2 point, 3 point is a step in the right direction. Now, give me this one right here. And there's a reason I did this, because I'm going to show you in a minute. Give me number 63. This is Greg Bluestein last night. Paulding County. Jim Tully. Can somebody call Jim or send this to Jim, because he needs to pay attention. He is now the chairman of the 14th District, former chairman of the Paulding County Republican Party, right? Jim, you need to pay attention. Paulding County is a cornerstone of the GOP coalition in Georgia. Trump carried it in the last year with 62% of the vote. Tonight, it was near evenly split. But Trump's not on the ballot. Folks, if all you have is Trump is not on the ballot and people won't come out in these areas unless Trump's on the ballot, I say nicely, leave now. I mean, this is the part of the show where you can leave quietly. Don't interrupt people as you leave. Tonight, it was evenly split. Paulding County, Georgia. You see that? Now, as you can see on the map, the entire top of Georgia is red. It's just not red enough. It's not ruby red. It's not in a highlight so red it burns the retina in your eye. That's how red it has to be. These are facts. Now, though it was near evenly split, Democrats won huge in Metro Atlanta and cut margins dramatically in Republican-friendly excerpts to flip the PSC races. So, let me just say this. At the end of my road, I live in the middle of nowhere. I do not live in Metro. It takes me 25 minutes to get to a grocery store. That's not a joke. At the end of my dirt road, where a handful of houses are up in the woods, was a green sign when I went to vote at the fire station yesterday. You know what the sign said? Are your power bills too high? That's it. Vote for 2 names. That's it. But you know, even in my rural county, I never received one phone call. I never received one text message reminding me to vote. There was never an effort narrowed down to me to go vote. We'll get into that later. Paulding County, almost split. Now, we did not just lose. I mean, we didn't. We did not just lose. I think I have this. Hold on a minute. We got it handed to us. And I mean, we got it handed to us. Hold on just a second. I had it here last night. But anyhow, let's go with, because I'm going to get into why. Well, this is throughout the morning. We didn't just lose. Here it is. Oh, I forgot. It's at the top. Please excuse me. Give me number 39. We're going to get into the candidates also. All right, the candidates. So people generally did not like Tim Echols. They generally did not like Tim Echols, number one, right? And we didn't just get, well, I don't know, beat. We got, and here's District 3, number 40. I mean, 62, almost 63%. And the turnout was higher than expected, right? And here's Fitz Johnson. Fitz Johnson was appointed by Governor Brian Kemp. This came from the Georgia Republican Party, and I have to tell you, I really did not see the effort publicly in this race from Republicans, from the Georgia Republican Party and others, maybe a couple weeks before it started. I mean, before election. Now, here is an ad. Video 10.
Georgia's future depends on reliable, affordable energy and strong conservative leadership. Tim Echols and Fitz Johnson have frozen energy rates below the national average for the next 3 years, advocating for ratepayers and keeping costs low for hardworking Georgians. Democrats will raise prices for Georgia families by as much as $800 a year. Tim Echols and Fitz Johnson are fighting for you, protecting families, keeping energy affordable, and putting Georgia first. Vote Tim Echols and Fitz Johnson, Republican leadership you can trust. Early voting has started and Election Day is November 4th.
Folks, people are not buying this anymore. You can't go and tell people that these two Democrats are going to raise their bills by $800. They're not on there. You don't know that. You don't have a clear reason to be able to state that the bill's going to go up. At no time did Tim Echols or Fitz ever say they were going to reduce your bill. I mean, there's 5 Republicans on there. Now, we know, not going down this road right now, the data centers. And everything the AJC laid out about Burt Jones' dad, the data centers, this was all timed. It was all done on purpose. You can't walk away from the fact that 5 public service commissioners that control, right, the PSC raised people's electric bills 6 times. You can't get away from that. You own that. Now, you got to remember what happened in the PSC race you own. And I'll say it right now. You can't put out ads like that, think they're going to hit, think people are going to fall for it. You know, when the reality is you've got a lieutenant governor pulling off some committee saying they're going to end state income tax. I'm sorry, people are not buying this stuff. There's a reason the Democrats came out. There's a reason the Democrats won. Now, I'm going to show you a couple things in North Georgia. All right? This is Gilmer County. And here's why I'm going to do this. I do not like, there's a lot of data that I'm not able to take the time to work on that you're going to say is missing. It's not. I know it's there. There's people drilling down and doing the work today on this right now. But North Georgia has to come in over the top. Has to. There's no elections in Georgia that can be won. So I picked a couple. Gilmer County that I know very well. Give me number 41. All right. 76% Republican. Okay. There was no vote splitting. I had that handed to me. Well, I think there'll be vote splitting. There wasn't. They went 2 Ds or 2 Rs. No vote splitting. So in Gilmer County, 23%, 1,200 votes, basically 23.5% Democrat, right? Democrat vote. Now, this is why I told you and I played the John King. What Democrats have been doing, because I know the 9th District, June Chris, know her very well. She is the Democrat 9th District chair, because we're going to talk about the Democrat Party. They're supposed to be all messed up. I tell you what, Charlie Bailey, we'll talk about this. Because remember, the Democrats just came off a state Senate seat in Cherokee and North Fulton, where a Democrat pulled like 40% in the first election. They actually made a showing much stronger than anyone expected. This is a trend. And Charlie Bailey is the Democrat. We talked about the lack of leadership in the Republican Party. You don't have to like Charlie Bailey, but it looks like they have some sort of leadership over there in the Democrat Party of Georgia. And I'm not a Democrat, damn it, so don't start on my ass. Now, right here, what I showed you on Virginia. Democrats know if they keep doing what they're doing in metro areas in Georgia, just like I showed you on Virginia, if they'll just get 1 more percent in Fannin County, just get another 1.5% in Union, just get 2% in White. If they claw away, I showed you that in the rural areas, we could be very close to game over in this state because we cannot get our message out. And with all the technology we have, we don't seem to be able to find the voters. Now, we're going to get into the bad people. So if you're waiting, where's the bad? We're going to show you all the bad people. Yes, we're going to have a bad people segment here in just a minute. So this is Gilmer County. Now, first of all, as you can see, voter turnout is light. 4,000, 5,000, 5,200 voters, basically, or 5,300 voters. And what I tell you, in the rural counties, the first 23.9% of the Republican turnout is just to offset the Democrats. So the Democrats come out in these rural counties knowing you're forced to offset them. Yes, they have a plan. Now, this is where you're not going to like this. You're going to say, now, wait a minute. There's no way you can compare these two. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Now, let's go to Gilmer County just recently in the election. Number 42. This is Donald J. Trump got 81% of the vote in that county. 81%. So percentage has changed. Donald J. Trump got almost 15,000 votes. The Democrat only had 18.47. But somehow 23.5% of Democrats found their way out, where Republicans didn't find their way back out. Well, you can't compare these two races. Yes, I can, for a reason. You know why? I'm tired of hearing Trump's not on the ballot. Guess what? All you had to go do is find another 15%. We have, folks, we have what we call hot red voters. Oh, yes, I could show you in your county today your hot red voters. They're going to vote. But they fall off in PSC races. Then I can find you the ones that if they're prompted off the couch. Remember that? They come and told us what Josh McCoon said, what we knew we had to do. Low propensity. Did I get that correct? The low propensity voters, remember? We had to find them. And Josh McCoon said, we knew if we could pry them off the couch, they'd vote for us. Well, if you knew you could pry their ass off the couch, well, wait a minute, that was Trump Force 47. But if you knew you could pry their ass off the couch in this election, and you know where they're at, why didn't you try to lift a couple of them off their ass to get to the polls this time? It didn't happen, folks. It didn't happen. I'm telling you right now. The voters are out there. We know where they're at. We've got the data. We have early voting. Every time, early voting, every day, if you vote, your name comes off the list. We can actually do targeting. But nope, didn't happen. Now, let me go to Fannin County. Now, I'm going to go to a couple here. We go to Fannin County, number 43. There you go. Tim Echols, 2,000 votes. Basically fits 2,000 votes. Right? Democrat, 27.74%. Right? 27.74. Fannin County, Georgia. Huh. Let's see. Let's go to the next number. Can you go in chronological order? All right, here's Fannin County. Let's go to, it's his number 44, right? Well, we've gone from 2,000. Wait a minute, go back to 43. So what you're telling me is 2,000 people in one of the reddest counties in the state of Georgia, Republican through and through, right? Republican through and through. County where I live. Number 44. 11,200 of those voters were out there somewhere. Right? Democrats in this election, well, Trump was on the ballot. I am tired of hearing that. Every time you say that, you do realize what you're saying is you and I are inept. Is that what it is? We don't have the ability to find any leadership. There's no one out there that can be the leader to fire things up, get things in the right direction, organize the troops and get it done. You're totally wrong. Sorry. Stop saying that. You'll fall into a trap. So Donald J. Trump, let's see, we went down to 17.44%. We know where those voters are at. Let's cross the state into the 14th, another red district. Let's go to Walker County. Let's grab Walker County, number 45. Tim Echols, 4262. So Democrats come up with 26.91. Now we're over on the other side of the state, Walker County. Jackie Hardling, by the way. Let's throw names out. This is Jackie Harling's, Jackie Harling's county, right? Is Jackie Harling not the chair? And also the, 14th district, Jim Tully, right? The chair. All the leadership, right? I'm not going to go there right now. It's not worthy. 45. Here's number 45. Let's see here. Tim Echols. And their percent of Democrats they got out over there was 26.91. Now give me 46 in Walker County. Democrats went up to 20%. There was 25,000 Trump voters over there. You going to tell me you couldn't get out and figure this out? You couldn't find your voters? Well, you think I was going to find 25? Well, no, I don't think you were going to find all these Trump voters. No, I don't. But do I think you could have found another 15%? Do I think you could have found another 5, 6, 7,000? Oh, hell yeah, I do. Now, let's go to Hall County. Let's go back to the 9th District. Now, Hall County used to be totally in the 9th District. Now it's split in half. It's half in the 7th District, half in the 9th District. Let's go to 47. Go to 47, right? We've got Rich Ezzarelli. Is that your name, Rich Ezzarelli? Listen up here, Rich Ezzarelli. You know, the Rich Ezzarelli that would never invite me to speak. You know, the Rich Ezzarelli that have said things behind my back. I'm looking you in the eye because if you want to look in the eye, I'll drive over there because you know you have. All right? He's the chair. Is he not the chair over there in Hall County? But here you go. Here's Hall County. Here is, now Democrats have pumped up to 35.30% in Hall County. Wow. So let's go to the next one, 48 in Hall County. Right? 48. Now, 72,991. Huh. So they pumped up, go back to that one. Hall County Democrats bumped up to 35.30% of the voters from 27, this is 48, from 2780, right? Wow. But you got 15,000 Republicans out in Hall County. 15,000, you got 16,000 Republicans out, and you left 50,000 out there. You couldn't find them. You couldn't put the efforts together, get another at least 20,000 voters. Folks, you can't make this up. I have to tell you, I can't go any further. Josh McCoon, the chairman of the Georgia Republican Party, should resign today. I'll take the job. Yeah, it's not a good job. It's almost like Biden and Trump having to come in to clean up Biden's mess. I mean, I'm not telling you it would be easy, but I'll take the job. You can laugh all you want. I knew this ahead of time. I worked with a lot of people. I'm not going to put the names out. I worked with a lot of people where we worked on data. There's people in the 9th District I've known for years where I worked with this. I tried to tell you this was coming down the road. Now, let's go to, I'm going to go to 2 more. Then we're going to take a break. We're not done. Then we're going to come back, and I'm going to give you the bad people. We've got to go through the bad people. Right? So give me this one. Let's go to Cherokee County. Now, the reason I want to go to Cherokee County, number 49, Cherokee County is part of Dickerson, is that his name? Just won the state Senate special election there in Cherokee County. A Democrat showed up real well in that district. Cherokee County, Barry Loudermilk. Cherokee County, right up there. I mean, Canton area. That area is really basically Atlanta. Here you go. Tim Echols, 25,000. The Democrat, 40%, 40.13% of Democrat vote was Democrat vote. Now, there's a lot of people push back on what I'm saying today, but there's nothing I'm telling you that's not true. Now, look at those numbers, right? Now, go to Cherokee, go to 50. Go to 50. Thank you. Here you go. 112,069, right? And when Donald Trump was on the ballot, it was just November. A year. It's not. Look. Wait a minute. What are you doing there? Oh, you're showing the difference? Are you losing me? Go to 50.
It's on the bottom. I'm showing the difference.
You don't have to yell at me, Diane. It doesn't have to get like that. I'm just joking. Oh, it's on the bottom. Diane, do not call me out in front of God and country and everybody like that I don't realize it. Sorry. Thank you, Diane. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. There you go. Thank you, Diane. There you go. Right there. It's on the bottom. It's on the bottom. Just look down. What do you got? So 24,000 came out. You left what, 80,000 or something, 90,000 on the table in Cherokee? You couldn't find another 30,000 votes. You couldn't get those 30,000 votes out because I seen the door knocking. I seen the social media. You love to take the pictures, don't you? Oh, we were out today. Man, we are fired up. We're fired up. I seen the pictures, right? Come on, right? Because you know where the voters are. And the voting jumped from 30% to 40% of the vote came out as Democrat. People are going to argue with this all day long, but this is the facts. And this is stuff that Josh McCoon, the chairman of the Georgia Republican Party, could have had a meeting with his top people. You call your 14 districts in. Buy them lunch, damn it, whatever you want to do. You spend with the corporate credit card all over the place. You fly places. You have steak dinners. You do everything under the sun, damn it. Get all 14 of the district chairs together and you give them marching orders. Well, I don't believe you would say so. Yes. You give them their directives of what's about to happen. You put stuff like this on the screen. Here is what Donald Trump got. Now, obviously, you don't have the other. You put that on the screen and you say what we have to have in your district is we have to have at least these numbers. For example, in Cherokee County, you can't leave 90,000 votes on the table. Do you know what this is going to look like nationally? If we do this, you can't leave them on the table. So you got to get your chairs. You got to go out of here. You got to call a meeting with the chairs. And you got to give them a number. You got to give them a target. I got to have this. I can't deal with 24,000. I need 60,000. Look, Donald Trump got 112,000 votes last year. We're not going to get 112,000. But we got to go for 60,000 in your county. You got to do that. That's planning. That's targets. That's energizing the base. Oh, I forgot. You alienate the base. I forgot you kick us out. I forgot you rigged the convention. I forgot. Now, we're going to go with one more. Let's go to Cobb County because we want Sally Grubhub. By the way, this is I'll do it later. But Trump is going to make the fat shot. Now, get off of my ass. I did not name it the fat shot. Donald J. Trump named it the fat shot. But I have to tell you, it looks like, I don't know, but it looks like if the GOP and all of them in there that are on the damn fat shot spent more time working to get voters out, they'd lose the damn weight just walking. I'm serious. Look at all of them. Now, I don't know, I could be wrong, but it looks like every damn one of them's on the fat shot. Get your ass out and walk or whatever. I'm a little chunky. I can say what I want. I'm a little chunky. Got it? Now, this is Cobb County. This is Clarice. Mary Clarice Hathaway. Remember? The one where Josh and Sally and Debbie Doonaster, right? Debbie Dooshits, right? Remember Debbie Dooshits and Debbie Doonaster and Sally Grubhub and, Josh McCoon. Remember all of that? You remember when they set that forum up in Cobb County to attack David Cross for Josh McCoon? You remember the chairman race down there, right? Just saying, remember that? Well, Mary Clarice Hathaway, this is Sally Grubb's neighborhood. So Cobb County, right? 71% went Democrat, 37,000 votes. 70% went Democrat. Can I get the next one for Cobb? Okay, right underneath there, you could see 168,000 went for Trump. 56.91 was Democrat. What did they go to? 74%? Is that what I wrote down? What did I write down for Cobb? Where's it at? No, it's 70%. 71% Democrat turnout. The vote comparable. 168,000 for Trump. So Sally's too busy working with a Democrat to try to pass a new rule at the state election board. Sally's too busy on Steve Bannon. All right. Sally's too busy going by the makeup counter at Belk's, and getting a little rouge and, color and going on TV everywhere. She's too busy, right? I'm going to look it right in the eye, and this is going to piss a lot of people off. I went all the way to the piss level, and you know it. If I was first vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party, I'd have gotten my car. I would have wore out a set of tires running all over this state, fighting all I can to win these Republican elections. Right? No, not the Grubhub. No, not the Grubhub. Clarice, you and the Grubhub could have got together. Got us another 40,000 votes. So when we return, all right, this is where we switch gears. Don't go anywhere because it's bad people. We're going to take this right here. We're going to go to the bad people, where we're at, because I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to wait. And I'm going to show you facts. Josh McCoon, the chairman of the Georgia Republican Party, should resign today. Resign today. Now, before you go, come back, because I'm going to say something. Well, I'm going to say something that's going to cause more controversy in the state of Georgia than you've heard in a long time. But it's on the other side of this break.
Chevrolet in Jasper. It's last call. Your last chance to save $12,000 off Silverado 1500 and $7,500 off Silverado 2500 crew cabs. Don't miss last call and save $12,000 off Silverado 1500 and $7,500 off Silverado 2500 crew cabs at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, it's last call. Your last chance to save $12,000 on Silverado.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching BKP Politics. No, you're not. Part 2. Let's try that again. All right, folks, I'm your host, BKP, and it's time for the Georgia Hour. You're watching the Georgia Hour, brought to you by voiceofruralamerica.com. I'm your host, BKP. Thank you, Diane. So, what happened in Georgia? Well, we're not done. We're not done. I mean, I asked Diane how long we can go because we're breaking it all down. I mean, this we're breaking it down, and they won't argue with me. They'll attack me. They'll say ugly things. They'll call me names. You know, don't say anything about my hair. That would get me. Call me chubby, whatever you want. Don't go for the hair. That would be a problem. Anyhow, so that being said, I know what's going to happen and what happened in Georgia last night, and it doesn't rest in some podcast or somebody out there just whooping something up into a frenzy. We're explaining in great detail. Now, there's no leadership in Georgia. There's absolutely no leadership in the Georgia Republican Party. Now, the Republican Party, Inc. cannot raise money the way it needs to because of Brian Kemp and the Georgia State Legislature passing those PACs, leadership funds. We'll go into that at a different time. So we are in a bad state going into 2026. And I told you that they'll treat this like it's the greatest national win out there, and we'll play you some of that in a minute. But Josh McCune of the Georgia Republican Party, they don't want my help. Okay. They don't want your help, probably. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you, Diane, I just sent you a message that I want you to see. All right. And we're going to put the message up. Then we're going to come back. It would be 154. Now, because I want to go back to the leadership. Remember, we started, if you'll go back to the beginning and listen to the first segment, we started in the turn. We laid it out in Georgia. Democrats controlled the state. We showed you the turn. And then we ended up with, wait a minute. I forgot to say 2020 was stolen. We get that, folks. We get that. But it doesn't change the fact of lack of leadership. So David Schaefer, just a little history. David Schaefer, I'm probably going to get in really big trouble for this one because I just went on Facebook and I've been scanning everybody's stuff and I found this and cropped it out. So probably going to get like, who told you could do that? But you know me, that's how I roll, right? But it's up there. And it's important because I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you something. Now, David Schaefer said, I'm not seeking another term. I'm going to give it to Josh McCoon. We all know that. We had that letter. And then what did they do? Rebecca Yardley ran and said, I want to do a forensic audit. I want to look at the books. We're going to and they ran a smear campaign that, oh, you know, she's a never Trumper. Well, you know, I'm not taking big sides here this morning. This is history, so there's no reason to go down this road. But I worked with Rebecca for years in the 9th District, and we debated a lot of the politicians and debated a lot of issues. That we did indeed, but I never heard never Trump or push the 9th District to not support President Trump. I never heard that. But that being said, Georgia just elected 2 Democrats statewide, non-federal office for the first time since 2006. If this isn't a wake-up call, then I don't know what is. The party is in no shape ready for 2026, and it's obvious tonight we got lazy. Well, that's a very factual statement. It's short but sweet, but it's a very factual statement. Now, take that down, and I'm going to come back to that because what you have to see is Chairman Josh McCoon's response to that. Wait, so we'll put that out there. Now, so we have the bad people in Georgia. We have the bad people in Georgia. And let me show you this. All right. Now, we have what I call number one, what the fudge, right? What the fudge. And this is Dennis What the Fudge, the Jackal of Georgia, all right? Chubby little guy. And when he lost, and he spent enormous amounts of money, but when he got 28 votes or 38 votes at the convention, Josh McCoon had to give him something for his money because he put a lot of money. And he brags about his money all the time. Brags about it all the time. And I've told this story. We won't go down this road. So Josh tells him he can create the Rural Voter Task Force in Georgia. I don't know anything about it. I'm first vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party. And I call him and say, what are you doing? Well, I don't have to talk to you. Okay, or whatever, right? But because he has bragged that he has 20 million liquid, politicians run around hoping that a cow patty falls out of his ass and there's a check in it. Yeah, seriously, they do. They follow him around and sniff his rear end, hoping that something falls out of it and there's a check. And he is absolutely terrible for the party. These are the worst things that's happened to this party. And I'm going to show you some of them. They're absolutely terrible. Now, this guy right here, he will go on social media and he will let the F word fly. He just will. He'll let the F word fly. And then 15 minutes later, ask Jesus to take the wheel. I'm serious. He's right. Ooh, he's scary. But now he created, and I want to show you something. Josh should resign today. I'm showing you facts. Now let me show you what the fudge here. So he creates this, right? Josh is okay with it. It's fine. Now, I showed you all the rural counties, and we have an under 80 chair. All right. What's that lady's name? The under 80 chair. What's her name? And she's not a bad person. Let's not get into a fight. I had a very good conversation with her at a state committee meeting. Now, she'll reach up and smack you, and what is her damn name? The under 80 GOP chair. It'll come to me in a minute. All right. And then we have an over 80 chair. That would be James Dvorak. James Dvorak should have had his act together in Cobb County, Cherokee County. He is also the Cherokee County chair. But Kathy Hurley, we have a chair in the Georgia GOP hierarchy for under 80,000 counties, rural, all right? Now, Kathy Hurley can be difficult. I'm going to say that. But to much of you people going to go after me, I don't dislike Kathy Hurley. I would much rather, and I'll use the word fight it out with someone. I mean fight it out and get something done than to follow someone around and kiss their ass because I think they're going to drop me some money knowing it's the wrong thing to do. But this guy right here, he invented this in Georgia, number 55. This guy should be, I don't care how much money he has. He shouldn't be nowhere near the Republican Party. So Georgia's Rural Task Force. And then he's got number 56. And here you go. Here's number 56. Here's all the plates there, right? On his website. He's got Josh McCoon sanctioned this. Friends, Patriot, fellow Republicans, welcome to the home of Rural Voter Task Force, Georgia's first statewide coalition. Folks, every single thing they're doing is ass backwards. First statewide coalition that's focused on serving 120 counties to make up rural Georgia. Josh is okay with this. Absolutely okay with this. Now, number 57, here he is. Here's What the Fudge. Now, What the Fudge here, Dennis W., that's his middle initial W. I didn't just make this up. Dennis, What the Fudge. I am the neighbor you know and the ally you can depend on. And with your support, we will change how people see rural voters. Now, this guy here is the chairman of Colquitt County. This guy has verbally attacked, right? Verbally attacked the sheriff down there. I mean, so as the self-proclaimed by Josh McCoon, Rural Voter Task Force Dennis What the Fudge, he is the chairman of Colquitt County. Let's take a look at his numbers. Because I'm for sure as chairman, and I'm for sure with all of his Charlie Kirk events he's held, and I'm for sure with all of his pictures with all of the politicians, right? Colquitt County should have been the number one county in the state. Give me number 53. So Tim Echols, 2,894 votes, 69%. 30% went Democrat. Let's go with 54. Here's the presidential election. He didn't even get 3,000 votes out. So when you get to this one, 12,451 votes. He didn't even get 3,000 votes out. This guy. It's his county. He owns it. He's got 20 mil liquid. He couldn't even get 3,000 votes out. and Democrats came out. All right. Now, President Trump, you have 30% of the vote was Democrat. And for President Trump, it was only 24.77% was Democrat. So this guy, the self-proclaimed Dennis What the Fudge, that because he's got money, Josh McCoon will let him say he'll let Dennis Fudge treat anybody any way they want. He has talked to me like a dog. I know others. I'm not going to bring up others because I don't have, I'm not able to say to others or speak about others. I can't do that. But me, I've been in his conversations. Dennis, couldn't you at least got another 4,000 or 5,000 votes out? Well, you are God of that county, and you're God of the Republican Party. And every fundraiser, you give so much money that, there's no way you give so much money. Well, number two, you get invited to the steakhouses, right? Here's Dennis What the Fudge and Josh McCoon and Michael Watley. So one of our number one bad people, gotta go. You got to get out. We got to win 2026. Now, here is another one. We'll just throw another one in here. All right. Remember this. Well, this doesn't have anything to do with it. You're just reaching here. Number 13. I'm going to give you all of them. Number 13. Well, it's innocent till proven guilty. Do we want to be the party that makes an accusation? Do you think that's right? No, we'll lose 2 elections. I really don't think this has anything. No, not the 97, 11, 46, 82 articles that's been put out that says these people are tied, right, politically in Georgia to the Georgia Republican Party, Inc., GRA, candidates having to give back money. No. Let me say this. There's no one in Georgia that's watched these number 4. No one in Georgia watched any of these news clips where they lost everything. Majority senior citizen. No one in Georgia knows about the 92-year-old farmer that lost $1 million. No one knows that. And no one knows their ties to Republicans in the state of Georgia. No one knows that. I mean, this couldn't have had a big effect. You clean the house. You get everything away. That was their excuse with me. We got to get, no. We got to get, what do you mean? You got rid of a worker. Yeah. So, number 13. So here's Brant Frost IV, right? $140 million Ponzi scheme in Georgia, number 14. Josh, in my opinion, is an absolute nervous wreck because of what this is going to end up being. Josh should resign today. I'm just saying. And then you have this shows they can't get the money back. It's an absolute disaster. You've got number 15. Then you've got, here you go, number 16, the albino rhino. It was all about me. He's now selling insurance. So Katie Frost is the 3rd district chair of the Republican Party. So she really probably did an amazing job getting out the vote. If we start breaking down the vote in the 3rd district, breaking down the vote in Coweta County, breaking down the vote all in that area that the Frost fingerprints are all over in the 3rd district, right? We don't know what effect it has, but they're there. And they're a name that's been in Coweta County and Noonan. Is that what it is down there? I'm not for sure. For years and years in that district. Brant Frost IV, the albino rhino here. Katie Frost, 3rd District Chair. Krista Frost, Coweta County Republican Party Secretary or something. Also, Republican Party State Committee member. But we don't see where that's a problem. Well, you know what? Give me this one here, Diane. Oh, man. I have it here. Hang tight. Hang tight. Yeah. 69. Now, I'm sorry I got you in the picture, but you have your head buried in the sand, too. You know who you are. You got your head buried in the sand. Gordon County. Why, that is the Georgia Republican Party headquarters, just days before the election. Now, they had to get the I look busy. They had to get we're working hard in this election. They had to. So let's get everybody down to headquarters and make it look good. We need to make it look good. I mean, we got Facebook posts we got to put out. We got to look like, we did everything we could. Well, wait a minute. Who is that? Oh, that's Krista Frost. That's Mama Frost at headquarters, right? Every Frost has to go. They have to go now. All gone. Now, I'm almost done, but give me the number 71. We're going to talk about the Democrats. We're going to talk about what's coming up. Don't leave now. Oh, here's Courtney Cothran. Isn't she isn't she a she-coon? Right? Is this the post from the she-coon? Right? Courtney, who resigned from Gwinnett County Republican Party. Isn't this one of Charlie's kids? One of the young people that are out there door knocking and running but have lack of guidance? I know you're offended by that, young people, but I have to tell you right now, you would be very effective, and we appreciate you very much, and we need you in Georgia if there was leadership, and there's no leadership. November 3rd, why, I'm for sure you guys were doing this like every single day. Or is this just a stunt to get some pictures out? Ended my last day before Election Day with some great friends, making calls with the Georgia Republicans. Thank you so much. Oh, Jason Thompson and Julianne Thompson for organizing and setting this up. Well, that's just great. Isn't that amazing? Tomorrow is a big day. Well, that's just wonderful. I mean, that's just wonderful. Mongo and his wife set it up. Now, moving right along. The next one on the bad list, and we got some more on the bad list. And we're going to give you a list here. They got to go. Now, number 70. Well, I'll be damned. It's the Debbie Doonaster. The Debbie Dooshets. She's over there at the Georgia Republican Party. Like she's really doing her job to try to win these races. Right? This is the woman that is backing Derek Dooley, backing, right, Brian Kemp. You got to realize, don't forget, Burt Jones endorsed Josh McCoon. Don't forget. Don't forget, Marjorie Taylor Greene endorsed Josh McCoon. Don't forget, Debbie Dooshits endorsed Josh McCoon and did the dirty deeds dirt cheap. We don't know the actual price. We do not know the actual price. Bad person. Really, really bad. She's to the 10th power. Now, 68. They're not good people. I mean, we have a hell of a mess on our hands going into 2026. Now, number 68. So, I'm only going to pick out a handful, but we got Mongo in the front. Do you not know Mongo? Mongo's the guy with the polka dot tie. All right. Cue ball's in the back, right in the center. Cue ball. Travis Bowden. Then you've got the Stephen Aaron. Stephen Aaron, who, from Gilmer County, whose county and his district, Stephen, you know. See, Stephen has been trained. Stephen has been trained. I mean, he's been educated with the Leadership Institute. Well, he has all the pedigree and credentials. There's Mama Frost in the back, Krista Frost, Debbie Dunaster, and Josh McCoon in the front. No leadership. Josh should resign today. Now, these are bad people, folks. Bad people. We did not in Georgia, all right, we did not lose. We got our ass handed to us. Ass handed. You fire people. You do. You fire people. I mean, obviously, none of you have ever been on the phone and had to hold it out like this when the boss called and said, what the happened last month? Come on. It's the real world. You fire people. I mean, God, hey, lucky Josh doesn't coach a college football team. He'd be fired. Luckily, Josh doesn't have a job in the real world. He'd be fired. These are the kind of things, I don't care how angry you get at me, this is where you say heads have to roll. We have to change something now. We're in deep, boom. Right? You got to. Now I'm going to show you something with the Democrats. This is the reason you stuck around. We got our ass handed to us. We had no plan. We didn't. I don't care what they say. Now, Diane, did I send you Josh's response? I sent it to you, right? The Georgia GOP. I sent that to you. Do you have that? Did I email it? Could you put that up, please? Here's the Georgia Republican Party. Let's read it together. I know it frustrates you when I read out loud. The Georgia Republican Party issued the following statement regarding last night's Public Service Commissioner elections. This is a quote. While the outcomes, meaning we got our ass handed to us, were not what we hoped for. Who the hell? What the hell? You a dumbass? Well, we didn't hope for this. This was not in the on the bingo card. No, we felt much better going into this. Georgia Republicans remain steadfast in our commitment to advancing conservative principles and fighting for hardworking families across the state, said Chairman Josh McCoon. Folks, take his keys. Take his damn keys. Get the credit card. Get his ass out there. You know what? Working commitment to advance principles fighting for hardworking families across the state? Is your electric bill too high? Yeah, I feel like I got zapped with the electricity, right? Got static. Is the electric bill too high, Josh? That would be one of those fightings. Maybe someone should have told Tim Echols and Fitz Johnson and Tricia Pridemore, well, maybe they should have told the whole commission to come out and say, we're going to lower your rates. Maybe they should have told the whole PSC commission, hey, you better go on there and say, the state of Georgia will not be cutting any deals for data centers, for electricity. Maybe Governor Kemp should come out now and say there'll be no tax breaks for data centers in Georgia. Maybe Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones should come out and say, you deserve the tax break, not the data center. Something, right? Take the damn keys. Who's letting this guy drive? Please. Do an intoxication test on this guy. It's just a joke, just a joke. Attorneys are standing by. These results are a reminder that elections are won by more than just showing up, but by participation. And we must double down on our efforts to organize, register, and turn out voters ahead of the critical 2026 midterm. It's like, wait a minute, Josh, you have all the data. I showed you today. What do you mean we must double down on X, double down on Y, double down on Z? You dumbass, you have all the data. I mean, 2024 was the major capture. I mean, record numbers of people come to the poll. You have the data. You could drill down. You could have focused. Don't lie with bullshit that this sounds good. It's like the CEO calls, Josh, what do you think you can do to turn this around immediately? This is your answer? We look forward to working alongside our statewide partners to ensure conservatives are elected up and down the ballot, except for Public Service Commission. That's a damn ballot. That's a damn ballot. We just, wow, that didn't go very well. That just did not turn out as we expected. Oh my God, you dumbasses. I'm sorry. We look forward to working together. Public Service Commissioner Tim Echols and Fitz Johnson have helped make Georgia one of the nation's leaders in energy reliability, grid modernization, and solar expansion, all while standing firm against reckless rate hikes, except for the 6 that went up, and federal overreach. The Georgia Republican Party thanks Commissioner Echols and Johnson for their service, dedication, and the commitment to keeping Georgia energy affordable, reliable, and secure. Their leadership has strengthened our state. It set a standard for responsible energy policy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe Tim Echols and Fitz Johnson should have had people vote with clickers. Oh God! I'm gonna have a heart attack. Maybe we should have used clickers, right? I'm sorry. Anyhow, oh damn, you can't make this shit up. I'm sorry, Mom. Don't get mad if you're still on here. Now, that being said, right? That's their response. Now, let's go to the Democrats because I got to get out of here. Somebody send all this to what's that guy's name? Bannon, right? Send it to Bannon so he can actually know what's really going on in Georgia, because we're far from finished, because I've got 3 more things I want to do and we'll get out. All right. I promise. Now, let's go to the Democrats for a minute, because I had a plan. I did. Now, I mean, I got to say this. David Cross had a plan, in all due respect. David Cross is running for chairman, but there was a plan in place, and the work, we were ready to do the work. So now let me, let's see if I have it here, because we kind of want to, we don't want you to leave without getting a little bit angry. Yeah, you got to get a little bit angry, especially at me if you're not angry already. So here you go, number 83. So the Democrat Party, all you hear is Stacey Abrams, and you hear the negatives, and you hear the ugly side, and Nakia Williams and the Democrat Party's out of control, and they've exploded, and they've got no leadership, and they have no direction, and they have no message. There's a sign at the end of my road saying, is your energy bill too high? I wonder if next year we don't get things straightened out, there'll be a sign that says, where's the down price of beef you promised? And that's it. That's it. So Ossoff backed Charlie Bailey's bid to lead the state Democrat Party. Bailey told me months ago that Republicans are going to be very unhappy if we win, if he won. Tonight was the first test. After the sweep, he said, we are officially putting Georgia Republicans on notice. Now, Charlie Bailey, Ossoff didn't want to play any games here. John Ossoff did not want to play any games. He wanted to get this settled. So Nakia Williams, like I said, you can go back. Republicans just boom, Fonnie Willis, Fulton County, this Democrat, that Democrat, they're in disarray. They've imploded. They have no focus. Ossoff gets a handle on this. You don't like John Ossoff? Fine. He gets a handle on it. You know what the Democrats do? They clean house. Oh, yeah. John Ossoff steps up, and they hire Charlie Bailey. The Democrat Party of Georgia pay their chairman. Charlie Bailey is a full-time chairman paid. Now, Republican Party has to do that immediately. And I'm not implying Josh McCoon gets paid, but I don't know that he doesn't get paid, but I don't know that he gets paid. We cannot continue to live like that. We've got to get our act together immediately. Charlie Bailey is paid. The Democrats pay Charlie Bailey. Now, what John Ossoff did, give me number 84. Congratulations, Dr. Alicia Johnson and Peter Hubbard, on landslide statewide victories in Georgia. These wins prove the massive grassroots energy powering Georgia Dems and unstoppable turnout juggernaut the Democrat Party of Georgia is building with the leadership of Chair Charlie Bailey. So no matter what anybody tells you, well, it was an off-year election and low voter turnout. The real low voter turnout is in the Republican Party across the state. The Democrats are energized, and there were more votes, go look it up, than expected in this race. More votes than expected in this race. So Democrats have put a full plan in place. Democrats, Charlie's working every day for his party. All right. We don't have a leader. Brian Kemp's out there with Derek Dooley. Will do that on another day, right? Now, let me show you this. Number 85. General statewide patterns. I'm going to give you a couple more things and get out. General statewide patterns. Republican margins dropped by 10 to 20 points in almost every county, including deep red ones. At least half a dozen counties that Trump carried in 2024 flipped blue for Johnson in the 2025 PSC race. Here you go. Suburban and urban counties where more Democrats than in 2024 widen the blue advantages. Many rural counties nearly flipped. We showed you Paulding County, right? Many rural counties nearly flipped or became highly competitive, right? Now, so Greg Bluestein posted this. I got to hurry up and get out because I got one more thing I want to do because I want to go back to the Josh McCoon. I'm calling for his resignation today. And this is not a hate Josh McCoon, but I'm going to show you something on MTG. Don't go anywhere yet. MTG, I'm going to show you something, and then I'm going to make that statement. I know, I thought you were going to, I'm going to make that statement in just a moment concerning, all right, give me number 140, Diane. 140, Democrats were widely expected to defeat 2 Republican incumbents on the Georgia Public Service Commission, and the scale of their victories on Tuesday is sending an unmistakable message. Peter Hubbard and Alicia Johnson carved a bright blue path through Metro Atlanta for outperforming Vice President Kamala Harris numbers from a year ago. The Democrats topped 90% in Clayton and DeKalb counties, where Harris registered in the 80s in 2024. At the same time, they narrowed GOP margins for ex-urban counties that Republicans typically dominate. In Forsyth County, where President Donald Trump won 67% of the vote last year, the Republican slide was roughly 10 points. Trump won Paulding County, long a bed of Republican strength with 62% in 2024. On Tuesday, the vote was nearly evenly split. 141. Does that automatically translate into the 2026 map? When Democrat U.S. Senator John Ossoff and every statewide office are on the ballot? Of course not. Don't expect a nearly 20-point landslide either way in a high turnout midterm. I agree. But Republicans say the shift is a warning. Courtney Kramer, don't know why they go to Courtney Kramer for a comment, a GOP strategist, Courtney Kramer, a GOP strategist, said the results show her party needs to overhaul their grassroots strategy. What's she know about grassroots strategy? To meet voters where they are, particularly on the cost of living and concern. Hey, Courtney, all you got to do is find the damn voters. You got them right in front of you. You got a list in front of you. Find the damn voters and ask them to go vote. That's your grassroots strategy. I mean, but then again, this must be coming out of Buckhead, right? This must be coming out of Brookhaven, Sandy Springs. That's what they know, that strategy. This election is a wake-up call to every conservative Republican and Georgia. Democrats are emboldened and coming for our statewide seats, she said, unless something dramatically changes. Georgia has the unfortunate potential to actually flip blue in 2026. Dramatically changes. Now, I want to make an MTG statement and get out because it's 11:42, and I've been doing this since 8 o'clock this morning, and I've got to put this out. We've talked about the bad people. Now, there's some polling out. We'll work on it tomorrow. But right here, let me have this one right here. Give me... Diane, I'm going to text you right now or email you, okay? And when I tell you I want this... This is coming to you. See if it comes to you and just let me know. All right? All right, I got something on Hall County. I have to do it tomorrow. I got to read this. Hall County, we're going to talk about unifying in a minute with this. So, give me 154. Georgia just elected 2 Democrats statewide, non-federal office for the first time since 2026, or 2006. If this isn't a wake-up call, then I don't know what is. The party is in no shape ready for 2026, and it's obvious tonight we are lazy. Now, Rebecca Yardley did post this on her social media account, right? And did post this on a social media account. Give me the Josh McCoon response to this post right here. Here's what Josh McCoon responded. It is not a secret that Democrats litigated their way to manipulate a situation where for the first time in my lifetime, a statewide partisan election was scheduled in an off year where people who live in unincorporated areas had no other reason to turn out, while people living in cities had many races to drive turnout. Now, every day, folks, on this show, I brought that. I brought the municipal races. I talked to you. I have the tape. How many days did I tell you rural Georgia doesn't have a reason to come out? We have to get rural Georgia out, right? But he uses it as an excuse. Now, he says it is not a secret that Democrats litigated their way to manipulate a situation to get this on the ballot in an off year. The governor's a Republican. The lieutenant governor's a Republican. The Speaker of the House is a Republican. The Secretary of State running for governor is a Republican. Easy, 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 right? The Attorney General running for governor is a Republican. You gonna tell me you couldn't figure that out to get this? Okay. Our voters disproportionately reside in unincorporated areas. So you and I, we live out in the sticks. We live in the country. Josh lives downtown. He lives downtown. Yeah. Josh lives right downtown. It ain't their fault. We live out in the sticks. This will not be the case in 2026. I mean, quit getting worked up. Anyone who attempts to exasperate, is that what that is? Because that's a big word for me. From tonight's results in any direction has to ignore the many ways in which this election was a one-off. No big deal. I mean, I know we got our ass handed to it. No big deal. This is a one-off. This doesn't happen, right? That being said, there's always work to be done in a competitive state. Now, this is where you'll enjoy this. I will be rolling up my sleeves to work alongside those interested in doing the work necessary to win. As always, kicking people out of the party, rigging a convention, right? As always, kicking out a duly elected first vice chair, as always. I mean, this guy, as always, he's interested in doing the work necessary to win, as always. Look, I'm in North Georgia. I know the corridor. I know Pickens County. I know Fannin. I know Gilmer. I know Union. I know Towns. I know a lot of the 14th. I can go to the right out here. I know a little about White, Lumpkin. They're not in the 9th anymore, but I know a little bit about those areas. If I'd have got a phone call, Stephen Aaron, if I'd have got a phone call, Josh McCoon, get out there and help us get this vote out. Rally the troops. But no, they will tell you it's not true. But Republican parties in Georgia have been told to stay away from me. Go watch the tapes and for how long I have been promoting getting out the vote and telling you that if we don't do something, it's going to result. Give me video so we can go. Let's go ahead with video 11. Just play one.
Last night, you look what happened in Pennsylvania. Democrats won big, sending 3 of their candidates back to the Supreme Court. You look at what happened in Georgia. Even in Georgia, they don't trust Republicans with utilities anymore for the first time in 20 years. An all-Republican utilities statewide board put 2 Democrats on there. I mean, this was coast to coast. And if Republicans are sitting in Washington, D.C. thinking, nothing to see here, move along, if they want to obsess.
It's a one-off, Josh. I know it's MSNBC. I know it's Morning Joe. I know it's CNN. I know that. I know it's Steve Bannon right here, which may be number 65. He's going to whoop it up into a frenzy, right? Sally Grubhub, the rest of them. The midterm starts tonight. 2 Democrat commissioners just won in Georgia for the first time in decades. A warning, this goes deeper than Virginia and spreads through the South. Yeah, he's going to whoop it up into a frenzy, right? It's a one-off, Josh. A one-off. Now, here's the thing before I go. Watch. Republicans are going to start running from Donald Trump. And if Republicans do not rethink, if they do not get out of the Republican Brian Kemp political machine line of thinking, they will win. They will lose 2026. Republicans have to rethink in Georgia their entire campaign. All these candidates running for lieutenant governor, running for governor, they're going to get wiped out with the road they're going down. And I will go into great detail on that. Give me a lot of people angry, and I get it. Give me number right here. I get it. Give me number 74. Marjorie Taylor Greene went on The View yesterday. There she is on The View. Give me number 145, the AJC. I know you hate the AJC, right? At the top of this, we'll look at it tomorrow, 146. If the election to choose a Republican candidate for governor were being held today, and candidates were Chris Carr, Clark Dean, Burt Jones, Brad Raffensperger, who do you vote for? Well, Burt's got 22, Brad's got 15, Chris Carr is at 7, Clark Dean is on the list. But 55% of this question here was answered undecided. The door is wide open for Marjorie Taylor Greene. And look, folks, I think candidates should get here. This should be your poster child. Number 3, you guys should put this on your campaign mailers. Georgians are suffering. Poor little Debbie. Poor little Debbie. Well, she's just, look at her. She's just whooped. She's absolutely just wore out, wore out. Georgians are suffering. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Thank you very much, Diane. I appreciate putting everything together. I have a lot more, as you would know, but I want to stay focused, and we'll continue this tomorrow on the Georgia Hour at 10 o'clock. But I will see you at 8 a.m. You want to be there, too. Later.